Welcome back to Disc Golf Love. We got an all-time rounds video for you today. It's going to be round 2 of Evan Smith at the 2026 Des Moines Challenge. Going into round 2, Evan Smith shot a 10 down in round 1. Currently tied for the lead, I believe. So playing pretty good, obviously on the lead card after one round. Throwing his drive on the first par 4 here. Keeps it inbounds on the drive. Then on this approach, pretty far uphill. Going with the forehand. Into the green. Nice shot there. That's going to be a pretty short putt to get his round going. Puts it in, so an opening birdie. Kind of picking up where he left off after round 1. On to the second hole, another par 4. With more out of bounds on off the tee. Once again, drive looks pretty good. Inbounds. From that spot, gonna have to deal with this one tree. Going forehand again for the approach. It's low, and it does not really get any sort of skip at all. So that's going to be very lengthy outside circle 2. Evan gives it a solid run, but it's more of a layup, and it's going to be a par. Going into hole 3. Tight woods shot here off the tee on this par 3 on hole 3. Forehand coming in. Doesn't really get a skip on the grass, so that's going to be just inside the circle. Good putt from Evan. His first real putt of the round, really, from distance. Puts it in the middle of the chains. 2 down through 3. On to hole 4. Another par 3. Long one. Got to carry over this water. Drive's looking good. And hits the top of the basket. What an ace run from Evan Smith on hole 4 here. Take another look. Just a bit high. Nice thing about it though is gave it an ace run and his disc still sat right in the bullseye there, so still going to be a stress-free birdie after the exciting drive. Puts it in there. It's 3 down through 4 holes for Evan Smith here in round 2 of the 2026 Des Moines Challenge. On to the 5th island hole. Short par 3. Another good drive from Evan, hitting the base of the elevated basket this time. Take another look at his drive. Been pretty precise with the drives so far. That one also does not roll very far after the base hit. And it'll be another just inside bullseye putt for the birdie. 4 down through 5 holes so far for Evan Smith in round 2. On to the 6th par 4. Drive is just going to be getting out the gap and into a good spot on the right side near the tree line. Well done. Now Evan's approach is going to be looking to work right in towards the basket, which is tucked into the right side wood line. Approach is swinging in and gets inside the circle. Pretty good spot. Might have a bit of an obstructed putt with the trees, but doesn't really. Puts it in left side. It's going to be 4 straight birdies for Evan Smith. 5 down through 6. On to hole 7. Par 3. Another island hole. This one going straight up the hill. Pretty long uphill shot. Great drive. Once again hitting the base stones at the bottom of the basket there. This time not so fortunate to stay close. Gets a long roll away, and it's going to result in a left side missed putt. So that'll be a par on the 7th for Evan Smith. On to hole 8, long downhill par 3. Coming into this protected basket. Fights through the left side, and it's going to be a circle 2 putt. Lining it up from circle 2. Catches is on the right side. Great putt from Evan there. Gets back in a rhythm after the missed putt and roll away on hole 7. Great catch there on the high right side. On to hole 9. Another par 3 going uphill again. This time with a bit of a gap off the tee. Gets through. It's going to be short of the barrier wall there, so it'll be another longer putt coming. Buries it in the center. Back-to-back good putts from Evan Smith. And that's going to put him at 7 down through the first 9 holes at round 2 of the 2026 Des Moines Challenge. On to hole 10, par 5. His drive here. Evan clears the out of bounds. Therefore, his next shot is going to be looking at this patch of trees here. Hits the gap under the ceiling, and it's going to get kind of to the top of that down slope. So his third shot is going to be from way up top on the hill going down into a fairly tight green landing zone. But Evan throws it well down the hill and gets inside circle 1. So that'll be a birdie putt coming up. Puts it in the chains. 3 straight birdies for Evan. Moving on to hole 11. Another par 4 with a Mando flagpole on the left side, so Evan will swing his hyzer to the right of that, and then swinging in towards the fairway. But that drive is going to be slightly tucked on that left side. It's going to be a very tough approach to the basket, as he's going to have to try to bend this forehand around these trees and work it to the left side. And he has not done it, as the disc is going to fade out away from the basket, so it's going to be a lengthy uphill putt for his birdie attempt here. Lengthy uphill putt, no problem for Evan Smith as he chucks it into the chains here. Take another look. Great putt. Putter is looking very solid this round so far. Just that one miss on hole 7. And he's burying everything else. Second time in this round where he's also birdied 4 straight holes. So good round coming together for Evan. 9 down through 11 holes. On to the 12th, par 3 with a Mando and a lot of OB at the start. But Evan Smith hits the gap. Gets a big skip up into circle 1. So he will have another putt for birdie. And the way he's been putting this round, no problem, puts it in there. Five straight birdies now for Evan Smith. Looking to keep this so far special round going through these last 6 holes of the course. 13th, straight downhill par 3. Does well to put the drive outside the bullseye and taps it in. Another birdie for Evan Smith. On to the 14th, par 4. Drive is looking like it's going to find a good spot out in that field. He's going to have a good spot to approach this. Another tight gap coming into a green here. But Evan's going to hit it. And he's going to hit the base of the basket once again. Hitting a lot of bases today. Definitely dialed in with the throwing. This one stays close, so it's going to be another tap-in birdie. On to the 15th. Evan Smith has now birdied 7 holes in a row. Par 4, 600 feet. Drive sets him up in a good spot to attack the basket now. He's got OB on the right and left side of this approach shot coming in. And it's going to be no problem. Puts it up into circle 1. Not really that long of a putt. Yet another birdie. 8 in a row. 13 down through 15 holes. Coming into the 16th here. Bit of a wooded line now. But Evan Smith hits the gap, no problem. Slides it up into circle 1 on the par 3, hole 16. And the putt is relatively short again. Puts it in for birdie. 9 birdies in a row. Gonna look to stay hot as he comes into the last 2 holes. 2 very difficult holes on this course. Another tight wooded line off the tee on 17. And he is going to connect on a tree this time and kick left towards the tree line. However, it appears that he has stayed on the edge fairly well, but still all he can do is pitch up, put himself in a good spot to attack this island green for par here. Approach pushes close to that out of bounds on the backside, but ends up being well inside the circle. Putt is in there. Good par after the tree hit off the drive. So on to hole 18. Another similar drive off the tee here. Got him hit this gap, miss the trees, and Evan Smith has done so, pushing out into the open into a great spot. So he'll be able to attack this one for birdie, unlike hole 17. Still going to be a tough forehand coming in to the green with OB on the left and right side of the pin. But the approach is thrown well, curls around the tree, just outside bullseye. So that is going to be yet another tap-in birdie for Evan Smith to go 15 under through 18 holes in round 2 at the 2026 Des Moines Challenge. Till next time, Disc Golf Love here. Peace.